YouTube, this deck claps and slaps. Now we hit 1170 with this on ranked, so we kind of really flew up there. I think this deck is really, really good. I think it's one of the best decks right now. Sylveon, I'm going to explain what it does if you haven't seen it already, but it is very, very strong. I think it is a better version, in my opinion, than the Shoutout version of this deck, but that's another way you can play it. But I fully intend to hit Master Ball with this season. So let's go over it. So first, we're running all three evolutions of Magnemite, Magnetone, Magnezone. So if you're unfamiliar with this, because this card came out quite a bit ago, basically Magnemite comes in, you evolve it into Magnetone, which has the ability of Volt Charge, which basically generates an electric energy on the bench for you, in addition to your normal turn gaining energy. And then you bring in your Magnezone for 140, 3 energy, it hits for 110 damage. It is very, very good, and since it's only a basic Pokemon, your opponent will only get 1 point for taking it out. So that's really, really good. So Magnezone, very, very strong. Also, Magnezone cannot get one shot by Buzzwole. It cannot get one shot by Solgaleo. Those are two very, very prominent cards in the meta. The worst matchup for this deck would probably be Sylveon Rampardos. Because of weakness to Magnezone, you can get one shot on a Rampardos. But again, if you end up giving your opponent 1 point, you can still set up the second Magnezone to pretty much KO the Rampardos. And then you're also a lot more consistent because of the Sylveons and the Professor's Research. You'll see your pieces a lot more consistently. So on top of that, we are running Oricorio. Oricorio is very, very good. I decided to throw this in. Obviously, really, really good against like Solgaleo, Buzzwole. It's decent against because the Buzzwole can't attack it. Charizard, which is still very prominent meta. Incineroar. Now, I still might throw in 1 or 2 techs within the deck itself. Now, I did take out the Dawn and Lily that you saw in the picture below, but I may, not the Lily, but the Dawn, because I didn't feel like the Dawn was doing enough. But yeah, on top of Oricorio, so a lot of you should know what Oricorio does. Basically, Safeguard prevents you from all damage from an EX, except like all main damage, not like abilities. So like Incineroar, the burning, I shouldn't say abilities, but more of effects. Yeah, effects is the better word. So burning will still be applied to Oricorio, so you got to be careful with that. And all your Oricorio despite the Incineroar. But yeah. Alright, next on to the big portion of this, which is Sylveon. So Sylveon EX is very, very powerful. It's a stage 1. You evolve it from Eevee. And the new Eevee is really, really good. So basically you evolve this, and immediately on evolution, it's Professor's Research. You draw 2 cards. It also knows Fairy Wind, 2 for 70, which is decent attack. It's nothing groundbreaking. However, it is really good to draw 2, seeing your Magnezones. But this can also be a finish off piece. If you already, let's say, damaged something with a Magnezone, you need to finish it off, you can use Sylveon to do that, so just keep that in mind. Now, Sylveon does have weakness to metal energy, so you gotta be careful. You don't want to really get this damaged early on, because Solgaleo can one-shot it. You really want to evolve this on the bench to prevent that. If, in any case, you're in that position, you can evolve this on the bench with a cape, and the active with a cape, so Solgaleo can't one-shot it, but you want to try to avoid that if you can. Now, next we are playing the new Eevee, and the new Eevee I think is really, really strong. It is Collect, where you basically draw a card. Now, in the world of Eevee, there are basically a few different ones. The one that's most famous is Continuous Steps, which basically hits 20 for each head, so you have to high roll the heck out of it. But Collect will always give you value. When it attacks, you just draw a card, which is fine for the early game because you're not looking to deal massive damage early on anyway. You'd probably rather draw into your pieces, and that's where Collect really shines. Now, with this deck, you don't mind going first or second. It doesn't really matter, because if you go first, you can evolve with Sylveon faster. If you go second, you can draw off Collect and then draw into Sylveon. So again, I think you have a slight preference going first, but this deck can go second too. 2 Pokeball, 1 Giant Cape. Can hit up the Magnezone and the Sylveon. 2 Professor's Research, 1 Sabrina, 1 Cyrus. Cyrus is good because a lot of the times they will run away, especially like if you're dealing with EXs and Oricorio. So the minute you strike their Buzzwole, they're probably going to flee it to the bench. And then if they don't have the Erica, then you can Cyrus it in and go for the kill. So that's very, very good. One Mars, because I think this is a meta for Mars. The reason I say this is because right now there are a lot of people experimenting with Sylveon, and there are a lot of decks still such as Solgaleo that you can benefit off the Mars, Rampart or Sylveon, which again they tend to keep a lot of cards in their hand, so you can benefit off that Mars pretty consistently. And still, I think a considerable amount of people are playing Incineroar, Charizard EX. Those are rare candy decks, so it's always good to have the Mars there. Now, the great thing also about Sylveon is that you can draw into all your supporters pretty consistently, so you really don't need to worry about stacking up more than one of each supporter, so that's going to be good. And then the one Lily. Lily is very good to heal up your Magnezone with, just in case they start chipping at it early on. You can take this out. You can play any other supporter you want. You can even like take it out for Guzma if you want, and you don't want to play into Rocky Helmets because Rocky Helmets coming back into the fray. Because Buzzwole plays it, and there are some occasional Sylveon, Sylveon Rampardos, Sylveon with Sylveon, decks that are running it. Now, for the energy, we are running dual energy. We are running electric and psychic, mainly so Oricorio can attack, and that is going to be very beneficial for us. And also, you want to run electric energy. You can run this as pure psychic if you wanted to cut Ori, and you can play the other Sylveon as well. So the one that can attack for the evolved bench if you wanted to, which could be good. I'll show it to you just in case you don't know it. So if you wanted to, you could technically play the other Sylveon, which evolves off of Eevee, and then will deal 30 more damage with 40 base for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. So again, Magnezone would count toward this, so you can evolve into Magnezone on the bench and then use Sylveon to hit for 2 for 70. Or if you have another like Sylveon on the bench, EX, then you could be hitting for 100. But again, like I said, that's a little bit unreliable in my opinion. You're not always going to have this. Sometimes you're going to have Magnezone the active spot, so I don't think this one's that great, but you could go pure psychic if you wanted to drop the Ori for it. But I think Ori is too strong, so I'm not dropping it immediately. So yes, that is my, he is playing the Sweets Relay deck, so we have to keep in mind how many times he used Sweets Relay. Okay, obviously Ori not the beneficial. Hopefully we see a Magnemite. Okay. It's not super imperative that we drew double Pokeball to research first. We are going, because we don't need to vomit out basics like we would with a deck like Buzzwole. Okay, so we do have our Sylveon. We are going to vomit the bench as much as possible. Do I want to throw Eevee Ori down in case of a Mars? Depends how fast I think this Eevee is going to die. We're also going to have 5 cards in hand, so I think we kind of want to, because we've already burnt the research. No, we'll keep it in hand. If he Mars is me, Mars is me. Alright, we'll collect here. So we can draw again. Like I said, when we put everything down, we're already back to 5 cards in the hand, which is absolutely crazy. So this, with the other research, already greatly increases our chance to draw into Mars. And keep in mind, Sylveon's not once per turn, so if we draw into another Sylveon, we can do it again. We can draw again. So we have essentially 2 researches we can draw into. Okay, I think here I will have all be active. So I want to start. The only, yeah, we might have to use Magnezone to finish it. We got to be careful. He's already evolved too into Alkaline. So Alchemy is already going to be a threat. So, but we do have a 1 retreat cost. We do have to be careful with Cyrus later. So we will evolve into Sylveon. And yes, make sure you click yes. Do not click no. Okay, and we drew in the Magneton. Very good. So we can already start building up on the Magneton. Here, he doesn't use any EXs, so Ori's not going to really do us any good. We'll just attack. Alright, we're already threatening to kill the Swirl-X next turn. We have our Magnezone in hand. Alright, so he has 2 Alphanine. This is... Okay, so he's used it twice, I think. Yeah, so that's twice. So, since he hit twice, he is threatening 120 damage. So we gotta be really careful. So I think here what we're gonna do is we're gonna retreat out the Sylveon and evolve into Magnezone. Also, we're also playing Dual Energy because we want Electric Energy later on. Because once Magnezone runs out of Electric, it can't attack anymore. And we really don't want to be in that position to where we don't have any more energy to attack with. And now, Alphanine cannot one-shot Magnezone, so that's good for us. Now, optimally, I would love to draw into a second Magnemite. Ideally. Okay, so, yeah, he's out of basics. Okay, so now we can. But if we can take that out, we should be okay. Okay, we can research here. I couldn't. Oh, actually. Yeah, no, because now he's used it 3 times. So that will deal 160. So even if I Lily up, he's still going to one-shot. I really need to see the second Magnemite. Okay, there it is. There you are in all your glory. I could Sabrina here, but that doesn't really... Well, it prevents a second. Well, no, I can't, because I already researched. I can't Sabrina. But we will attack. And the blast. Okay, so now we force him to go in. At this point, he has to go in. This is kind of scary, because Cyrus can win him the game. Oh, it is only 120. Oh, because it initially counts for itself. I thought it was 40 as a base. Okay. Yeah, so it is 120. So I briefly miscalculated. So it might have been better than Lily there. It might have been better than Lily. I thought it was... Okay. Sabrina here doesn't do anything. It's going to come down to whether he has the Cyrus, I think. I'm going to have to retreat this out. Yeah, I'm going to have to retreat this out. Because otherwise this Magnemite's kind of stuck there. I don't know why I didn't play it easy. I think I got a little bit distracted, honestly. To be honest with you, I think I got a bit distracted. So he would draw still. He would still draw 2. So he would get 2 cards. Could be holding a Cyrus, but we could draw right into it as well. Kind of the risk I think we have to take. Giant Cape really doesn't help him. Okay. Perfect. And now we should just win the game. Very nice. And that's GG. Relay has no base damage. It didn't have any base damage, so that's where I kind of like forgot there. So it's like, that's where I miscalculated, because I thought that the Sweets Relay was 40 as base. Okay. But now we know. Okay, so we have Sylveon. Very good. We will put down things, because I do not want to get Mars. He already just used Research. I kind of want to Mars him now, honestly. So I think he's got Rare Candy. He's only throwing down this Froakie by itself. So we will attach the Magnemite. Now we do super effective. That's why I'm going in with Magnemite now. We're going to threaten to take out this Froakie if he doesn't evolve. Okay, so we do draw into Rare Candy. Greninja cannot attack this turn. He can deal 20 damage to wherever he wants. We are threatening to do 40 damage, unironically, to the Greninja. We can actually two-shot it, believe it or not. Now we can two-shot it. Okay, so that's, I think is correct. That's the correct play on his behalf. Okay. And now we can evolve into Sylveon. Now, Magnezone would only have 3 energy on it, so it doesn't pay for us to do that, obviously. Okay, we do have the cape. This is actually really important because Magneton only has 80 HP. So we have to cape that, otherwise he can Cyrus it in and kill it. Well, actually, he can KO with Greninja anyway. Actually, it doesn't really matter. If he has the Cyrus, he kind of does it with Greninja regardless. Maybe what I do is I retreat out this Magnemite, put it on the active, the energy, and then what we do is that way it's healthy to build up Magnezone. I think that's kind of the safer play here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to lose the Magneton here. Because this is going to play around Cyrus. Because otherwise Cyrus can one-shot it, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, so we'll do this. Not going to put down the Ori. Going to keep attacking. And we're threatening to kill out. We're threatening next turn to kill the Greninja with the Magnezone. So very good. I want to keep it 2 cards in hand. If I keep it 1 card in hand, it's going to be pretty obvious that I have Magnezone, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so he's playing it alongside Primarina EX. So he's running Greninja with Primarina EX, I'm guessing. He could also be using the OG Primarina. That can heal up. Maybe he's running both. But the good thing is he's already burnt the candy, so since he burnt candy to evolve Froakie and the Greninja, then he's already burnt the candy already, so this is good for us. Alright, he's got to make the decision what he wants to hit here. Either way, we're threatening that Greninja next turn. Okay, so he hits the Sylveon. Okay, so he wants a Cyrus target probably later on. I might play a Nurse Joy in this deck. I might play Nurse Joy, because Nurse Joy can help out in this situation. To where they start hitting Sylveon early, then we don't become a Cyrus fodder later on. Okay, so he is going to take this out. So that tells me he probably has a Cyrus in hand. If he's doing this play, he likely has Cyrus. And we draw another Pot of Greed. Like I said, this deck can really draw into what it needs to. Oh, that Sabrina could be good later on. Pokeball. We still have another Eevee in the deck. We do. Sabrina really doesn't affect us at this point. So we're just going to stick to the game plan. Evolve. Now we are getting an electric energy next turn, which is very good. Because we can lose energy off Magnezone really quickly. And we're going to attack him for 130. Very good. Now, if he brings in Primarina EX, it is weak to electric, so we do super effective damage if he has another rare candy. And he cannot one-shot us even with 100 or 80 damage that Primarina does. So even if he Cyruses, he will not be able to one-shot. Okay, we don't care too much about the Iono here. Alright, he does draw us into a Professor's Research, so we do have another Pot of Greed, and that's GG. Okay, we do have Research. I say we have a bad hand, and then we top deck Research. Okay, we do see a Pokeball. There is a chance that we clear up this hand immediately. And we have the Magnemite, so this hand's not bad anymore. Alright, I will cape the Magnemite early on. Just to get down our hand size, just to get rid of cards out of our hand. Because I don't want to be in a spot where it gets obvious to Mars us. And I also don't want to be in a spot, if he Marses us, that we get cape back in the deck. So I just want to lessen the size of my hand here. Okay, Okay, he does have Tapu Lele. This is something we have to be very careful of, because this can hurt Magnezone. He can be dealing 60 damage to Magnezone. Because we're gonna consistently have 3 energy on it. Although we do have some energy control here. Mew EX. I haven't seen Mew EX since 1974. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's gonna get retreated out anyway. So I guess it really doesn't matter how I do this. Also, it's better to keep Ori in the active spot just in case he evolves into Sylveon and wants to attack. He has multiple different Sylveons. Now, he doesn't have... He's not going to play the other one because he doesn't have any evolutions on the bench, so he wouldn't benefit from it. Okay. He's probably evolving to Sylveon EX. That's the only way that makes sense. No. That's a weird play to take there, but okay. Alright, we will do this. Now, I want to also get rid of all the energy off Eevee so that, I mean, not off Eevee, off Oricorio, so that way he can't snipe the bench with Magnezone. Not Magnezone, not Tapu Lele. So we can hit 60 on Tapu Lele. That's something we want to keep intact. Unfortunately, we do have Psychic Energy coming next, so that's something we have to keep in mind. If we top deck into another research, if we top deck into Sylveon, then we have a draw 2 coming. So we still have 3 ways to draw 2. Can also draw into a Cyrus and set that up pretty well with Sabrina. But also, if we take out Tapu Lele, he's kind of left with Mew EX, which cannot hit Oricorio. So that's going to suck for him. And we can one-shot the Tapu Lele. We deal 110. He only deals 60 to us. Sabrina. Okay. Ironically, I'm just gonna get he can attack the Magnezone on the bench, but... Well, I guess he stalls me out for 2 turns, doesn't he? I just give him the Ori, honestly. Yeah, I'll probably just give him the Ori. So yes, he can keep whacking this on the bench. Put Sabrina in now, but does it change anything? We just retreated into Tapu. I guess it slows him down a turn, but I don't think it really makes too much of a difference whether we're actively doing that or not. I want to be able to attack with Magnezone next turn. He could attack the top. He could attack the Ori now. He might be tempted to want to. That's kind of why I want to throw it on Ori, but I don't think he's. I still think he's going for Magnezone regardless. Okay, so he does have the Comfy as well. Okay. Excellent. And now we just take out the Tapu Lele. Okay, we do evolve into Sylveon here. Draw 2. Happy ribbon. Okay, we do see the second Magnemite, which is really nice. Retreat this out, bring in the Magnezone, and then we'll just kill the Tapu Lele right now. Which is fine because this Magnezone won't be able to attack in the future anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. We can just naturally retreat it out into something we want to bring in anyway. But now he has really... He can attack with Comfy. He can build on Comfy to deal with Oricorio. But it's still kind of looking a little bit bleak for him. So he will one-shot the Magnezone because of UEX. But that's fine. Then we're just going to bring in the Oricorio at that point. We'll give him that. He's already used Sabrina. I doubt he has room for 2. So we're just going to evolve into Magneton and then go into Magnezone. And We already have 2 points, so Sabrina can give us the kill without even having to deal with PBX. So we're chilling here. Okay, that's fine. Stick with the game plan. Now, Comfy... Let me bring this in first before I tell you. Comfy only does 2 for 30, which is enough to take out our Ori, but not at this stage. Now we'll bring this down. Evolve. We'll charge. I think at this stage is probably better if I build here, honestly, first. I could have Marsed them there. I could have Marsed them if I wanted to, but I just had a game plan in mind, so I just stuck with it. Okay. I mean, you can't attack anyway, unless he has Dawn. If he has Dawn, then he can kill Ori, but then he's dead anyway, because that would only be a second point. Okay, so he does have the Dawn. Fair enough. Fine, we'll let him hit. And then we just bring in the Magnezone. Very good, very good. And I guess if we really want to BM, we can draw 2 more. And that's game. GG. Oh, is he running this with like Rampardos? Okay, so what do I have? What do we have? What do we have here? Alright, let us yeah, let us do this. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we have a good at hand here. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go grab the Magnemite. And then yeah, we can scan. Okay, so we have the Eevee, so we can draw 2 on the next turn. I think now I'm just gonna flip on Eevee. Ori's kind of stuck out here doing nothing, but that's fine. Actually, no, I should have built on Ori, because it only has 50 health. Yeah, I should have built on Ori. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, no, wait, I don't have Psychic Energy on next turn. No, this was the right play. Because we have double Psychic coming. We have double Psychic coming, yeah. So this was definitely the right play. We will Sylveon first. Yep. Second Magnemite. Down the Magneton. Now, it depends how we want to go about this. I think here we just put it on Aura. Well, he's not going to be threatened to do it anyway. This we just put it here. And then we just pass. Right, does have the rare candy Rampardos. Kind of scary. This is kind of... really wanted to see a cape before I did this. Unironically. I don't think we're gonna have much of a choice either way. This ramp will one-shot us. That's kind of the problem here. Sabrina doesn't really change the game overall. Let's say bring in the second Magnemite. Maybe that ends up being the play. And then I just hold on to that. No. It's not. Could give him Sylveon. Maybe I just give him Sylveon right now. Yeah, I think this is the play. Because if I give him Magnezone, he's just going to bring in Rampardos and kill it. Well, actually, he could do this too. When I think about it. Could swing it and get a kill, but then he gets a kill back. Well, now we have Cape. So now Cape would survive, but I really needed to survive in Magnezone. Yeah, so I might have to give this up, unfortunately. I might have to give this up. Yeah. I don't think there's any other way of doing this. He's just trying to deck in his hand. He's expecting Mars, in my opinion. He's looking for the Mars. Well, I could have put it on Ori, I guess. But I think Ori's gonna really do anything at this point. Oh, he had the Alkaline as well. Yeah. There was really no good way to deal with it. He kind of had everything there. He just kind of had everything at that point. But yeah, 3-1 for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, until next time, it's your boy Try signing out. Bye, YouTube. Make sure you're tuned in for the climb later on tonight.